Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Corinne, and I'm here to read you a story. This is one of the old-time favorite stories that most children, boys and girls, love. It's called Corduroy. I don't know if you have a stuffed bear that you would like to run and go get before we have the story, just so you can have it on your lap and he can watch with you. That'd be so fun. This story is called Corduroy, and it's by Dan Freeman. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want the poor little bear in his green overalls. One morning, the little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've been looking for." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost his button to one of his shoulder straps." Corduroy watched sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go see if I can find it." That evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Looking everywhere. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving from under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto the escalator and up he went. There he goes. Could this be a mountain, he wondered? I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. This must be a palace, Corduroy gasped. I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace. He wandered around admiring the furniture. This must be a bed, he said. I've always wanted to sleep in a bed. And up he crawled into the large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, there's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the buttons on a mattress, it was sewed down tight. He yanked and pulled with both paws, and pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress. Corduroy toppled, bang, onto a tall floor lamp, and over it fell with a crash. Uh-oh. Have you ever knocked anything over by accident? Yikes. Oh boy. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman. He was going on his rounds. Oops, on the floor. above when he heard the crash and came dashing around onto the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he said. "Somebody must be hiding around here." So he's going to look around and see who knocked that lamp over. He flashed his light under and over the sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw two fuzzy brown ears. Look at those cute ears sticking up from under the cover. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and he carried him down the escalator and sat him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I had saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair, a chest of drawers, and alongside the girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy in her lap and she began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be much more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." She's taking care of him. That's what moms and dads do for us. "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. "So you could give your bear a hug that you're holding right now." "And I wish I could give you a hug, but I think about you all the time and I can't wait to see you soon. And I want you to maybe go outside and play today. I think it's going to be nice and warm finally. So, Miss Sherry and I miss you, and we'll see you next time."